receive a grade end product. But if we kind of go short on the raw material, or we take shortcuts on the machinery, there's no way we can expect a product at the end of the pack out to be really of great quality, simply because we didn't put in the right good raw material. Similarly, in our lives, if we want the right product, if we want the right results, if we want the right outcomes, we need to make sure we take in the information that really is important to us. It's really good information. Then we have this process of processing this information, which creates our conditioning and our results. And then we project this information. So we have receive, we have reaction, and we have response. So we've got to receive the right information. We've got to react to the right information. And then we will be able to respond to this right information and get the results we want in our lives. It sounds easier said than done. But I want to say to you, I haven't just spoken it or thought it, I've lived it. You know, I'm not a coach here today standing in front of you guys because I'm smarter than you guys or I've learned more. I'm here today because I've made many more mistakes than most of you today. I've made more irrational and more rash decisions than most people today. And it is those experiences that has given me the results I want today. The ability to impart those experiences to other people who are expecting or wanting similar answers in their life. And I can impart that. Now, at the time when these things were happening to me, I felt that the world was conspiring against me. I felt my God was conspiring against me. And I was suicidal. Until I heard someone say to me one day, when you start to change the way you look at things, the things that you look at will start to change. And I started simply just observing that. And my whole life took what we call a paradigm shift. Everything shifted. A year ago, this is not even a long time ago, it was just that vertical leap, that aha moment, that simple epiphany that I understood what he said. He said to me, just change the way you look at things. And instead of looking, you know, Einstein, I think it was Einstein who said, when you're born, you only have two options in life, two choices. One, to live in a hostile world, or two, to live in a friendly world. And he said, when you choose to live in a hostile world, no matter what happens in your life, there'll always be hostility attached to that result. But when you choose to live in a friendly world, no matter how bad things get, you'll always look at life or situations or events as an opportunity. You'll know how to learn from it, you'll know how to grow from it, you'll know how to distill the information and only taking what's good for you. And that simply creates either you become a victor or you become a victim. And I always have the ABCs of the victim and the victor. You know, I say that the ABC of the victim is accusation, blame, complain. But the ABC of the victor is action, belief, and choice. I mean, where do you want to live? You know, we're always accusing, we're always blaming, we're always complaining. It's out there, and it's them, and it's this person. I have clients who come to me and talk to me about how many marriages they've had that fail, or how many relationships, or how many businesses, or how they keep on trying to have a healthy lifestyle. And you know, it's always the gym, or the food they eat, or the government, or the system, or the spouses. And I simply ask them, did you notice each time you have a problem, you're always there? And they look at me like dazzled, like, yeah, but, I said, so what's the problem? And that's what it is, because life is perpetually happening through you, never to you. You know, and if you continue accusing, blaming, and complaining, with the victim mentality, you're creating life cycles. You're always going to be trying to acquire, trying to change. It was Mahatma Gandhi who said, be the change you want to see in the world. There's another nice saying that says, yesterday I was clever, I want to change the world. Today I'm wise, I've changed myself. So, I'm going to come back quickly and just discuss how we can scribe new outcomes in our lives. Everything that's happening today in our lives is part of our conditioning and our scribing. It's how we've communicated through, without even realizing that we might have sabotaged ourselves, like the blue cow. Now, how many other things in our lives? What if you said to the universe, I don't want debt, or I don't want a divorce? The subconscious mind is only going to give you debt. It's only going to give you a divorce because it doesn't understand the don't command. That it's still giving you the blue cow, right? You're still thinking of the blue cow somewhere along the line. He doesn't even know, but he knows about the blue cow. So, how many things in our life that we scribe we don't want? We don't want ill health. We don't want this excess body fat. We don't want a divorce. We don't want people to die around us. Somehow we're responsible for that because we weren't scribing. Now, a lot of us didn't know that we didn't know. We were sitting in the cycle where we weren't aware. We weren't mindful. Now you have an opportunity to become mindful. And again, I'm going to just talk to you about the 3 simple steps of rescribing your outcomes. So one, when you have what we call a negative result, what do you have to do, Nina? When you have a negative result in life, make it a
one line.
Make it a one-line result. Okay? So in other words, just make it very simple because we have the conscious mind and we have the subconscious mind. Now we've identified that the subconscious mind identifies pictures, patterns, and images. The other thing you need to identify is the subconscious mind doesn't know good from bad, doesn't know positive from negative, doesn't know a great outcome from not a great outcome. The simple thing that the subconscious mind measures are deep emotions and recurrence of that emotion. So if I keep on giving a negative result, a deep emotion, and I keep giving it a recurrence, the subconscious mind goes, you like this. I'm going to scribe this in. So let's say you had a relationship and the relationship ended in a breakup. While you were in that relationship, you didn't know that you didn't know. So you were never giving it deep emotion. You were just kind of going with that flow. But now the breakup is really impactful. The breakup has really affected you because your boyfriend or girlfriend ran off with your best friend. That's really painful. So you, every time you have a moment to think, you're recurring that emotion. And you're giving it so much depth where you cry about it, you lament about it, you sorrow about it. And the subconscious mind, poor guy, doesn't know that you don't like this, doesn't know what's happened out there. It only knows what's happening in here. And it scribes in that you like breakups. Because you've given it so much depth, you've given it so much recurrence. So the next time you get into a relationship, what happens? It sabotages that relationship because you're not giving the new relationship the depth and the recurrence you give the breakup. So you will simply scribe breakups, and again, all your life, Jesus, Khalid, no matter what I do, I end up with the same result. And I just can't seem to hold my relationships together. Now again, no one's to blame for that. You didn't know. But now that you've become mindful about it, you need to understand. So how do I change the scribing? One, if it's a negative result, make it a one-line result. Make it a very short result. Don't make it a one-line emotion. Don't give it too much cognizance. Don't give it too much emotion. Don't make it deep. Just make it one line. If you have a positive outcome, for example, you fall in love again, you find a new person to fall in love with, and you give that a 5-line result. Make it a 5-paragraph result. Write a book on it. Write the whole chapter on it. It doesn't matter. But in other words, give it an expansion. Expand it as much as you can. That will get scribed in. And once you get it scribed in, that is perpetually the relationship or the result you'll get in relationships. So the first one, if it's a negative outcome, 1 line. If it's a positive outcome, expand it. Make it 5 lines, 5 paragraphs, 5 books, doesn't matter. Secondly, if it's a negative outcome, intelligently assess and disperse it. Okay? So I use the example of football. I mean, this is a football nation, right? So I love Man United, and I don't know if you guys are Man United fans.
We all Man United.
You're all Man United. We're all Man United fans. So we like really need to win this match, and Wayne Rooney misses a goal, and he just kind of just intelligently just goes, sorry. But you as a spectator is really emotional about the game. You're angry with the guy. Why didn't you score that goal? What's wrong with you? You know, because it's life or death. It really depends on this. But Wayne Rooney knows what he's doing, and it was actually quite weird because RVP, when he was interviewed in South Africa, on the TV station, he kind of mentioned scribing. He wasn't having a good season until he scored 1 goal. And then you notice since then he scored another 2 and another 1 and another 1. So essentially what happens is when you intelligently assess and disperse it, it's not scribed. But when Wayne Rooney does score the goal, what does he do? He celebrates it. He stands there and all his players jump on him, and he goes to this end of the stadium and that end of the stadium and looks at the TV cameras. Now it might seem a little boastful, which maybe it is, but he's only scribing because he's giving it victory, he's giving it depth, he's making the emotion loud, he's making it scream. What happens? The subconscious mind goes, you like scoring goals, you like scribing this. And what happens? He scores 3 goals in 1 match. Now there's 11 players on the field who are all as good as him. Why is he scoring all the time. He's essentially scribed it. And I think it was RVP who was interviewed, and he said to the interviewee that, I just needed one goal to celebrate, and now I'm scoring. So they kind of all know NLP, and they all know how things work. So if you're an athlete and you lose the race, intelligently assess and disperse why you lost the race. I had bad running shoes, the conditions weren't good enough, my opponent came in my way, I didn't like the track I was running when I started too badly. But if you win the race, hold up your trophy and do the victory lap. Go around 2 more times and let the crowd bellow at you. Stand there proud and let everyone scream at you about how well you've done. And absorb that and scribe that. And that will automatically create a scribing that you like this. Your subconscious mind goes, okay boss, you like this, this is what I'm going to give you. And you become like the best athlete. You start breaking your own world records. You start scoring more goals and matches because you simply know where you're going with this. And the third one is, because you know now, and you become mindful of how the subconscious mind works, simply start giving negative results, shallow emotions, and start giving positive results, deep emotions. Give it recurrence. You know, if you did well in business, if you love your wife or your husband, quietly, on your own, keep on giving that emotion, keep on giving recurrence. Your subconscious mind is going to ascribe that as we like this, and it will simply give you that vibration of frequency all the time, every time. And you can live a life of fulfillment and abundance, be it in any aspect, be it in your health, be it in your relationships, be it in your success, whatever it may be. Prescribe that, you are guaranteed the outcome. Whatever I put into the system is what I get out. And with that, I want to thank you guys for giving me your time, being so attentive. Even my brother was attentive. He said, you really want to listen. And I want to end by saying that life is a journey, not a destination. But my mantra is, my journey is my destination. So thank you again, love and light. And it was great to speak to all of you guys. Thank you very much for your time.